All right, so I wanted to give you a couple of quick tips on your guest cards. So when you have residents that come into your office, you already have them there. So it's important for you to be taking information and asking questions, listening, so that you can follow up with them and turn them in to a renter. So having a good guest card is one of the key things to success, something where you can write down information you need to know. Some places that you advertise with, like For Rent or other places, you can actually get a pre-made guest card from them. But I think it's always best, when you have your own guest cards. If you work for a company and they supply you with them, they want you to do them a certain way, that's how you're going to do it. But after you've been doing this a little while, if you can have a guest card that you make, it'll probably work better for you. What you want to do with your guest cards is you want to make notes, and notes that you can use to follow up with people. I mean, ideally, when someone's leaving your office, you want them to have an application in hand. When can I bring it back? It doesn't always happen. Some people, they want to make sure they're getting the best deal. They're going to look around. So while you're showing them, you're getting information, you're making notes. I had a lady once who said that I was the first place she saw. I hear that a lot. I don't know how honest people are with that, but she said I was the first place that she just saw and had seen, and she wanted to look around. The place that I am at, as you can kind of see, has really big bedrooms, and she said that she had had a king bedroom set and she hadn't seen any place that she thought would be spacious enough to be comfortable. So that I thought that might have been what was going to sell her hot button. So I wrote that down. She also told me a couple of other things. So a couple of days later, I figured maybe she's looking around. I like to give people a couple of days. I called her back, said, hey, I just wanted to call and follow up with you. I know you liked how big the room was and that it could fit your king bed. And after, I guess she said she was going to think about it. Sure enough, she came back and she put in applications. Now, whether it was that or something else, I definitely think it works. So another thing with all your leads, you want to make sure you're tracking them well in order to follow up with them and have a system, something that works for you, something you're consistent with. If you're let's just say you follow up with all your leads every Wednesday, don't tell someone, okay, I'll call you, oh, hey, can you call me back Friday? And then you're not normally do that, and then you don't do it. Your credibility just went down the window. It's reflecting bad on your community, on yourself. You're not going to rent to that person. One thing I like to do is, let's just say it's January. Sometimes people, they're not looking until August or October. And a lot of the times in this business, I find that when I see people looking that far out, I just don't take them seriously, but over the years, I've come to find out the people that go that far in advance, if you really take advantage of them and really try to sell them and close them, they're the easier ones to rent to, because not a lot of people do treat them like that, like, oh, they're not important, they're looking so far down the road. So I've tried doing what I call a red alert list. It's just a wait list for the future. Call it something catchy. I actually stole this from a coworker I used to work with. That's what she called it, the red alert list. And she said it kind of like she was opening these doors to this kingdom. Do you want me to put you on this red alert list? So that way, if you showed someone a place in January, you've been following up with them, it's June now, you get a notice for July, and that's in their time frame. Before that unit's even vacant, you can already have it rented. It makes your job a lot easier having a wait list than having to generate leads. Last thing I can say is just call. Make sure you're calling your leads. Just because they came in and they might have not said they were going to put an application, they didn't seem too interested, it doesn't mean they're not. Make sure you're calling and following up with people until they tell you, I went somewhere else, or I'm not interested. Sometimes just a little bit of consistency on that part can go a long way in selling.